pray that everybody's day is going your way. Well, it's a little bit gloomy in my city today. We've been having rain off and on, and it's just kind of a laid-back day. Myself, I've been on my computer all morning. Well, I got up this morning and I went to the hospital to see my cousin. He's doing okay right now, but he's got cancer, and we're just praying. We're just praying for him right now, praying that he's comfortable, praying that if there is to be a transition, that it goes smoothly. So that's what we're praying for. But anyway, as I said, I came home and I got on my computer, and I've been on it since. Since yesterday, I've actually been doing applications. Of course, you got to be careful about doing applications online because there's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of bad behavior. So you have to be careful. But I got a job right now, the home health care. The home health care, you don't know, well, in my situation right now, I've only been back with this agency for 4 months, not even 4 months, and I have not been able to have a client of my own, so I've been doing a lot of fill-ins, and then the clients that I did get that what was potentially going to be my permanent clients. As I said, some of these clients can be something else. So I'd rather not put myself in a predicament with a client that we don't get along. We have too many differences. So that's why I'm with that right now. And if you live in my city and you know me and you're one of my subscribers, if you know of some potential places that's hiring, I do a little bit of everything, really. So if you know, please share with me, because I need something that is going to be available to me every day, not every other day. But that's not all that's on my mind. I've been fighting over a year since I lost my job, since I was injured on my job. In 2025, November 2025, I've been off of work, and things didn't go well with that. First of all, I had issues with workman's comp. So, long story short, the surgeon that did my surgery, my knee surgery for the injury, upon first meeting with him, he was very nasty to me, so I reported him. So he didn't want to see me anymore, and I didn't want to see him anymore. So it comes, time go on, and my job, I go back to work twice. I try to go back to work twice, and I couldn't. I just, the injury was so bad that I needed more time to heal. Well, they didn't see it that way. So I had the third leave I had to take from the time that I went back to work. I'm thinking it's been approved all the time. It wasn't. I didn't find out till later, like a month later, that it had not been approved. And so with that being said, they told me I needed to get medical papers from the surgeon, stating that if I need more treatment, or if I was able to come back to work, but to do a different job. So when it came time for me to get the papers from him, I couldn't get the paper. And so I put in a request to workman's comp, asking them if they could approve for me to see another surgeon so that he can examine me and deem me, if I needed more treatment or if I was able to go back but perform a different job. Well, they wouldn't allow that. They lied to me, told me that they were going to do it, and yet instead they made an appointment with me to see one of their doctors, which I had to go to Chicago. Get there. The guy, I was in his office for 8 minutes. 8 minutes. He never touched my knee, never examined my knee, never anything. But then he sent him, and all that time I'm still waiting and thinking that they're going to approve me to see another surgeon, and it never happened. So they gave me a date of when I needed to have those medical papers in, and they knew that I wouldn't be able to get them. So that date comes up, and I still ain't got the medical papers, and so I was terminated. So I've been dealing with, I'm still dealing with this situation. But yeah, I've been through hell. I've been through hell, and with that, once you're used to living, and don't get me wrong, I wasn't living a billionaire life, no rich life. I was comfortable. I was comfortable. I was able to take care of my bills when I needed to. The income was comfortable. So, I became, I got comfortable with being able to take care of the bills that kept me comfortable. And so ever since I've been off of work, it seems I've just been in a scuffle. I've been making ends meet, but just barely. And this, like I said, I got a job, but this job is just not, benefiting me like it did before when I worked for the same company. I worked for the same company 7 years before I went to Governor, the job that I was terminated from. So, and then I even worked 3 months into the job that I'm working now. When I started working for Governor, I kept working for this same company for 3 months. So I was extremely tired because Woodward Governor had some pretty good hours. But anyway, I became accustomed to being comfortable and not, I still had things to pop up, things to occur that I had to spend money for, and it took away from me taking care of this, but eventually everything fell in place. But now, I tell you, I've just been, it seemed like I've just, from month to month, I've been struggling to make sure that things are taken care of, and I've become tired, I've become drained. So, I've radically accepted my circumstances. I've just come to reality that, even though I'm used to the comfortability that I was used to, there's going to be changes. I have to make a change. I have to make a change, and I've just pretty much surrendered. It's not that I'm giving up because I'm weak, but I'm just, I'm letting go of an exhausting situation. Unless things turn around with my financial state, I'm going to have to be changing my living situation, downsizing. Lord knows I don't want to downsize to an apartment. I'm not a apartment complex person. I like to have my own space. I love my little house. But, when you just can't, when it comes to the point to where you You just don't feel that you can do it at this point because you're not in a predicament. Not saying that you'll never be in a predicament, but people just don't want to wait for you to get in that predicament. They don't want to wait for you to get in a position to where you can take care of the things the way that you used to take care of them, the way you can pay your bills the way you used to pay them. You know, people are harsh. People don't care. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Even though they may be well off themselves and they're comfortable living, and they don't care. They don't care about, a lot of people don't care about other folks' situations. And I'm just on a burnout. I'm having a burnout right now. I just have to give up. You know, I've had to give up and put it in God's hands. You know, and then I think about the fact that if I have to move out of this house, I got all this stuff. What am I going to do with it? Because more likely, it's not going to be able to fit in a one-bedroom apartment. So I'm going to have an open house sale because just let people just come in, pick what they want, and buy it. But up to you, to all of you, you know, for the ones that subscribed already, I appreciate you. But, you know, I feel that I put a lot of good stuff out. I put a lot of good uplifting stuff out on my channel. And, you know, I'm asking that if you don't do anything else, just take a little time out and watch my videos. I'm trying to get my watch time up, you know. I'm trying to get my watch time up. And, you know, I'm here to, what I do because I love you. What I do because God wants me to. And so, the stuff that I put out on here, I put it out because somebody might can use some of it. You can take away from it. You know what I'm saying? It can uplift you. It can turn some things around in your life. It can help you make a better decision. You know, so I'm not just doing this for nothing. And I'm not asking for a whole lot, but I'm just asking that you guys please watch my videos. Allow me that watch time. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. You know, I'm not on here being a clown. Yeah, I like to make everybody laugh, but the stuff that I'm giving from myself. So, you know, I'm just asking if I can have a little bit back. Just hit that subscribe button, you know, and watch my videos. And I appreciate you. God appreciates you because what he gives me, he wants me to share it with the world, and that's what I'm doing. That means, you know, in any little quotes I give you, uplifting quotes, any message that I give you, I want you to take something from it. I want something to be in that's positive, that you can get something out of it. And I want to thank you guys for listening this long. And as I said again, just take a few minutes and, you know, watch my videos. Please like and subscribe. God bless you. I pray your day continue to go your way.